Hello and welcome. It is I, Sylvia, coming to you live from beautiful Eastbourne by the Sea with a new episode of Sunday Live with Sylvia. Welcome, welcome, dear shining being. Yes, good morning, Carol Ann. Fantastic. Bright shining beings all around the world. Assemble, assemble, all you shining beings. Good morning, Marianne. I'm glad that you're here this morning too. Yeah, so many interesting things have happened in this last week. So many fascinating things, and including I had an experience. I had a star event, and there's always something that we can learn from that, and new things can be coming from that. And I look forward to telling you more about it as we go along. So, yes, where do we start? Well, first of all, congratulations that you have clicked on the link and joined the stream. And especially congratulations if you're one of my live participants. Good morning, Janine. Hello, my dear shining being. Yes, I posted a meme came to me at some point, which was I'm more than my physical body. I also have a beautiful mind and an amazing energy body. I am a radiant multidimensional being. And I posted that and it got a lot of positive responses and a lot of people shared it. And that makes me very happy because it is really the 101 of everything that I'm doing or saying is to remind people that we are not just meat sacks, meat robots, bio robots, slowly decomposing throughout our incarnations until the bitter end. It's the terrible, terrible worldview that we got from the Western so-called Enlightenment. And, it's no wonder that people are desperately going out and trying to find implants and artificial intelligence enhancements and all of that. If you think of people like that and yourself like that, well, of course, you'll need something. And of course, there's no spirit, there's no God. So we have to turn to computers and technology and science to fix us, which I think is hugely amusing on so many levels. So this whole thing with the shining being is that, I am more than my physical body. I have a beautiful mind and an amazing energy body. I am a radiant, multidimensional being. And I am. And this multidimensional thing, if you've ever seen these things that the Heart Maths Institute puts out, the electrical field. Now, this is not the energy field of the heart, of energy. This is the electrical field of the flesh heart. It's massive. It's huge. It's just the electrical field of the heart, the living physical heart is enormous. And then you add the energy levels to that, and I'm a radiant multidimensional being. And so are you. And I think we should tell this to more people and remind them of that. And so, for example, when you go to see your doctor and your doctor says, "Who are you?" then you can say, "I am more than my physical body. I have a beautiful mind and an amazing energy body. My name is Sylvia, and I'm a radiant multidimensional being." Or if you're going to a networking meeting or you're meeting new people, you could say that, "Oh, good morning. My name is Sylvia, and I'm a radiant multidimensional being. How are you today?" I think that's quite funny. Good morning, Lorna. Hello, my darling. And dear Ilka, hello. Yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo to Germany. Yeah, well, even if you don't say it, so the next time you meet anybody at all, anywhere, with a mask on or without, just think this in your own mind, I am a multidimensional radiant being. And it just sort of reminds you of the truth, the reality of the situation. And I do like that very much. Okay, so shall we get into it? We might as well. So, the topic self help. Are we helping ourselves enough? Are we really doing enough to help our aspects function better? Are we supporting our future aspects enough? And this came to me due to a personal experience. So here this goes. I last Sunday Live, I think it was, I did write a book. Why writing a book is like a really cool personal development process. Because once you write a book, you realize that every book that's ever been written was written by another human being, and you are one of them. And it sort of gives you a whole new take on creating reality and how that works. And I really enjoyed that. And one of the viewers put underneath it, "Oh, can we have a modern energy tapping session on best-selling author?" And I know this person, and they've written quite a few books, but but they haven't sold as many of them as they wanted to, and feel that they deserve to sell more. And I saw that, and I went, "Yeah, okay, fair enough. That's a fun idea. I've never thought of doing this for myself, and I'd like to sell more books too because I'm also an author." And yeah, so there was this day, and I'm feeling really meh. Woke up feeling did some work, did some stuff, and then this message comes in from this participant, and I'm looking at that, and I'm thinking, yeah, okay, I'll do that. I'll go and do that. I'll do a tapping session for best-selling author. And so my aspect of it sort of dragged itself into the studio, because it already knew that the tapping would raise its energy, of course. So it was okay to drag yourself into the studio, do this tapping session on I'm a best-selling author, which took altogether 17 minutes, I think, with the chatting and the recording and everything. But when I came out of that, as high as a kite, I was really high on the energy chart. I was doing all sorts of things. Oh, well, yeah, let's clean the kitchen. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's phone up this person and talk to them about a project. Oh, I'm going to make some notes about this. Oh, I just had a brilliant idea about this, that, and the other. And this lasted the whole day. Happy all day long. Just happy. After the activity sort of receded a bit, just happy. Cooking, cleaning, watching a movie, chatting, happy the whole day after one tapping session in the morning. And so the next day I thought to myself, well, why the hell aren't you doing that every day? Why aren't you doing like a self-help session of some kind, choosing from our 4 pillars of personal development and self-help that we have in modern energy? Supermind, EMO, tapping, star matrix. Within those 4, there is a myriad of techniques and methods to raise energy. Why the hell aren't you doing that? Why aren't I doing that? Why is the only time I ever do a full tapping session is when I do it as a demo for someone else? And that really kind of, as I started thinking about that, that really blew me away. And I thought, what is going on with that? If we really want mental health, mental well-being, just really and real mental health isn't just not having panic attacks. It's this other level of functioning on the higher levels where you're having ideas and the energy to turn them into action to create reality. If our mental health is important to us, and our happiness is important to us, then why aren't we doing more that will bring this about? That's really the question. And I was shocked by this. I was shocked by this realization that I allow all these meh days to be happening, that I allow these prolonged states of, oh, I can't be bothered, nah, that I allow that to happen. You know, if I allow this to happen, then what is going on with other people who aren't me, who aren't doing this for a job, for a business, who are not doing this every day? The way I see this is that there is a enormous space of potential for having a much better life and a much happier time in your life that we're simply not entering into, that we're not filling somehow. Now, I know many among you have sort of your own energy rituals that you do every day. And some of you may not have those. Some of you may be used to the fact that you do energy work when there's something wrong with you, or you need to do some sort of therapy on yourself. And I think this might be one of my problems, is that I've just grown up and been completely immersed in this idea that you don't react or you don't do anything unless there's pain and suffering, unless there is a problem. You don't, in the Western world, you don't go to the doctor unless there's a problem. Don't go to the dentist unless you have a toothache. You don't do anything. You don't take your car to the garage unless it has broken down. And I'm wondering if this is sort of the base problem that we are having here as modern energists when it comes to improving our mental health, our mental well-being. And if there's anybody new who's listening to this, I come from modern energy, and it is our thing to work with energy, not with psychology, not with medicine, not with drugs, not with chemistry. We're just working with the living energy body and finding out what we can do to make that energy body happier. And it so happens that mental health and mental well-being are a side effect of raising energy. They are a side effect of the energy body spooling up, and our entire body, our physical body, comes to life, and including our beautiful darling brain, you know, spinning up and starting to sparkle and do its thing. So yeah, so guys, here, tell me about your energy rituals. Do you do regular daily energy rituals? Just, you know, put a quick comment in here so I can see that. I know that some people really do that. They get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and do their meditation and eat fruit and, I don't know, wrap themselves in silk scarves and all such things before they start the day. But I'm guessing most people don't actually do that. Most people just get up and, I don't know, go to the toilet, brush their teeth, do their hair, get the mail, you know, I don't know, turn on their mobile phones, and just sort of immerse into this routine in the hard, where there is no energy. There's no room for energy. There's no space for energy. And unless you actually see a client and you do some energy work with a client, or energy healing with a client, or as in my case, record an energy video to inspire other people, where's the energy? Where is that? In consciousness, in action, in our daily lives. And, you know, especially if we're feeling a bit meh, let's have a look. I do the Donna Eden daily energy routine. Yeah, that's a sort of thing that's quite groovy. Yeah, okay. And do you do that every day? I mean, is it absolutely there? If it is, I think that's a really, really good thing. See what Marianne says. I used to have my energy rituals during my lunch break. Usually I do emo and some tapping. So that's good. I love it. And then I see I used to. Is that possibly because you're not having a defined lunch break at the moment? Please, let me know. And this is also something that I was going to throw in the mix here. Sometimes doing the same energy ritual for a long time can get stale and boring and repetitive. You can see sometimes people sort of counting the rosary beads, I call that, and they're just sort of muttering, and there's no energy in that, there's no intention in that. Like when a school child recites a poem that it doesn't understand, and it's just sort of blabbing out the words, and there's no energy in it. you know. Shall I compare you to a summer's day? You are lovely and temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling, but it's nothing. You might as well not do it at all if you're not going to understand it or you're putting some energy in it. And that can be a problem. Another thing that can be a problem is that something happens that upskittles your routine or whatever, and it just never comes back. Like somebody might have a good energy thing going on, and then they have an accident, they go to hospital. When they come back, they're low on energy and they're just not picking up back on what would be helping to uplift them. So there's many reasons for this going sideways. Lorna says, before I get up, I meditate. First of all, I also tub to this. I do this every day. Excellent. That's really, really good. That's a good beginning. I think that morning thing is of the essence. I really do. I think having something first thing in the morning that sets you up right for the day is really super important. I know this. I know this person who gets up in the morning and they usually don't sleep very well and they're really grumpy, and it takes absolutely ages for them to spin up into some kind of level of activity. And that's just such hard work, and I'm sure something could be found to make that go happier and faster and be a better thing. There's lots and lots of ways to do that with modern energy. Let's have a look what we got here. Janine says, I get up and straight out for a walk. Love it if it's still dark. That's really nice. Yeah, that's great. Getting up and going straight out for a walk. That can be very exciting and very, very, very energizing to see what weather you are engaging on that day. That's a great way to do that. From the old emo days, we've got a lovely pattern. It's called Greeting the Day, Greeting the Night. And what you do there is you don't have to go for a complete walk. You just can open a window if you have one, if you're allowed to, or step outside onto a patio or a balcony if you have one. And in the morning, you just greet the morning. You say, hello, day. I am aware of the fact that you are a new day. You have never been before. You will never come again. And I greet you. And you just take the energy of the morning and move it in, through, and out. And that's just a lovely way to connect yourself to the time of year, the time of day, the nature, the environment, and also to get over reversals, because some people are always depressed when it's raining, or they're always depressed when it's sunny. It depends on their past history. But if we can love all weather just the same, and just take all the judgment out of it, and just take the energy from the weather and just move it in, through, and out, let it flow in, through, and out, and energize us and connect us with the real world. Because the heart isn't the real world. All the letters and the emails and the Twitter stuff and the news. That's not the real world. That's the hard. And greeting the day is just a great way to, and it's quick and it's easy, and it can be done if we put our minds to it. Let's have a look what. I try to do I'm guessing energy, some kind of energy. Oh no, the Donna Eden routine, isn't it, that you're referring to? I try to do it every day. Sometimes I'll do it twice. Yeah. Or 3 times, or invent your own version thereof. Or, I think this is the greatest challenge, is to kind of bring the planes back together and force the hard to open up and create spaces for uplifting energy work, to be a part of the hard, of the customs of the hard. I like greeting the day. It's beautiful. Lorna says, I also use tapping during the day, for example, if I have a client. See, now, that's it. If you have a client, that forces you to do all sorts of wonderful energy work, whether it is raising energy for healing with your healing hands, or whether it is tapping with a client, or whether it's just couple bubbling with a client and getting that human interaction attention. I mean, that's a great way to keep mentally healthy for modern energist. For a modern energist. I'm not talking about trauma counseling and psychotherapy here. Oh no, I'm not. For modern energist, working with clients is the best way to insert a lot of energy work into your heart, and that is simply a fact. What have we here? Linda says, I awake at 6:30 a.m. and lie there to do my morning deep breathing whilst holding certain points in my body and thanking my precious body for doing all that it does for me to be here in my life. That's lovely. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. I think your body appreciates that. If I was your body, I certainly would appreciate that. And I would be inspired by it, and I'd try harder to serve you. Very good. I like that. Yeah, so now let's just start with where we are right now, with what we are doing. Let's become aware of what we're doing and bring that into consciousness, what we do to raise energy. And then there's that question, and I really want to ask that question. I want to keep asking that question. Can we do more? Can we do more? Because that best-selling author tapping experience had a star event for it for me. So it's tapping on the best-selling author, and that did raise an awful lot of energy, to the point that when I got back at the end of the sequence into the heart position, I was vibrating all over, and I needed something to do something with that energy. I had to raise, there's so much energy, it needed to go somewhere. And so I decided to put at the end of this a round of applause for all the best-selling authors that have inspired me in my life. Thank you so much. And when I did that, the thank you so much to all the best-selling authors that inspired me in my life, I had just this huge wave of reconnection, and a wave of gratitude and joy, and just, wow, just a real personal star moment. That was awesome. It was just so brilliant. And that's where I'm coming in with the, can we do more? Can we get more? Should we ask for more? Can we do more self-help? What kind of self-help do the aspects need, our future aspects? How can we help those future aspects have a better time, or have better experiences, or avoid problems, possibly? That's the question that I want to ask here. And we are intelligent people. We know a million different energy techniques. And what I want to encourage us all, and that includes me, I'm not sitting here on the mushroom and preaching wisdom. I have, through that star event, I have kind of seen something. I have seen this, that we could do more and experience more, and that there could be more happening in our incarnations in general if we pushed it a bit. Possibly set the goalposts a little bit higher, possibly stop accepting these long stretches of I can't be asked, or I'm feeling so tired, or and really replacing those with something much, much more uplifting, something that's much, much better for us, something that is just better in every way, and makes us happy, makes us happier. That's what I'm thinking. That is what I'm thinking. And that's the question I want to really leave us with and inspire us to think about is yeah, we should do more. We really should do more. We are these radiant, multidimensional beings. We are in charge of what is going to happen tomorrow to a great extent. We have a big influence on that. I'm not saying that we can control what will happen next, because we can't. But what will be going on with us tomorrow is in our hands to a very great extent, here and now. And this strange experience with the best-selling author tapping, that's just opened my eyes to this, that there's so much more we could be doing. And it shouldn't be hard work. It shouldn't be, it's, see, I'm always dubious about asserting willpower over certain things, because willpower is one of those things that is so misused in daily life, and so misused. But I've given willpower 20 years off. So now I'm inviting it possibly back to the party. This is my will. I'm going to assert my will. And I'm going to assert my will to more happiness, to taking. What drives me nuts here is that every day offers so many opportunities to do something amazing, to experience something amazing. And we're just not taking them. And I think we're not taking them because we're kind of used to, I don't know, living like this. We saw our parents living like this. We see other people living like this, in these joyless, willpower-driven states of meh, or the lives of quiet desperation, as Pink Floyd says, or the old angry, bitter people. I've given up on humanity. That's been our role models. That's what we've seen all around us, and perhaps that's what's made us not strive more passionately for light, love, and beauty, or something. I don't know. Ooh, this is quite interesting. Oh, we got here. I promise myself to do much more for me. Well, yes. Promise your future aspects. See, tune into your future aspects. When we say myself, that's here and now. That's here and now. And here and now moves at this rapid rate. So you can't really catch up with yourself. You can only be yourself in the moment. But the future aspects is a great way of conceptualizing this. I was going to a roasted chicken yesterday, and for an evening dinner. And one of the things that holds me back is that I just can't be bothered starting cooking roast chickens late in the evening. So on that occasion, I thought, I'll do all the pre-prep at lunchtime, cut up all the onions, get everything ready, get everything dressed, all the vegetables done, get everything done so that the aspect at 7 o'clock just has to put the damn thing in the oven. That's all she has to do. And so I went ahead and did that. And then I got this real sense of this future aspect smiling down at me through the timeline. And I don't care what people think. I actually sense that. I feel that. It's a reality for me. And it really cheered me up. It was really nice. It's a nice sensation when a future aspect does that. So it's about, yeah, it's about enabling, right, enabling future aspects. What can we do now to enable future aspects to do more energy work, to do it more intensively, to have more fun with it, to find it natural and easy, to build it into their lives so that it enriches their lives. It's fun to do. It's just fun. And it's something you want to do, something you love, something that's exciting. I don't ever want energy work to be dour or miserable or, something that you have to do. It's not like, it shouldn't be like that. It should be like, oh, I'm feeling so meh. Oh, there's the bright star of hope. Wow. Oh, look at it. The bright star of hope is shining upon me. Oh, I'm going to do some energy work now. You kind of get the drift of where I'm going here with that. So, future aspect tapping. Yeah, certainly. Absolutely. Oh, that's an interesting one. And I'm glad you're bringing that up. I just made the connection here. I did that tapping session where I had the wonderful experience, and that's why we're here talking about it today, because somebody else asked me to do this. Someone outside of me asked me to do this. You could ask your future aspects to do something for you. You could literally say, dear future aspect, could you please do a tapping session for me about this or that or something like that? And, just write it on a post-it note and take that seriously, that somebody else is asking you to do that, to engage that sort of natural human proclivity to help others, to want to support others. And long before we think about helping and supporting ourselves. So thank you, Lorna. I think that's a really nice idea. To, instead of when you're in the mess state, instead of having to figure it all out, write a note and say, feeling really meh today, dear future aspect, could you possibly do some tapping on brightening me up or brightening up the day? Thank you very much. Something like that, to engage that. I think that's a lovely idea. The education system sends us deliberately into the lives of desperation. Yeah, not just them. God, all the systems in the heart seem to be designed to do that. Ooh. Sanctuary for future aspects. That's fun. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I will say that the one thing that I have done without a fail for donkey's years, and which has, I believe, has saved my life, has saved my sanity, has saved my health, has saved my incarnation, is that I go into sanctuary and do something before I go to sleep. Usually this involves a meta story, meaning a long drawn out thing that's going from one thing to another. There was a time I spent a lot of time having fun terraforming alien planets that went on for months and months and months. Different planets, different challenges, different solutions. Wonderful. And so I go to sanctuary before I go to sleep at night. That's what I do. And without any fail, without anything else. And that's been wonderful. And again, yes, thank you for the suggestion. How can I expand this? As I'm even asking that question, I can feel a soft, sort of very soft tingle going through my body. What else can I do to do more sanctuary? Have more fun inside, do more of that. You love it so much, Sylvia. Why don't you do some more of that? It's a question for a future aspect. Rather than answering it yourself, write it on a post-it note and leave it there, and then a future aspect can answer that. Why don't you do more of that when that is the love of your life, the easiest way to make you happy, and the realm where you really feel at home? Why don't you do more of that, Sylvia? That's a good question. It's a really good question. And I'm glad I don't have to answer this. I'm glad I can pass this over to a future aspect who might be in a better state to answer it, or who might be viewing this question from a completely different perspective. I like this. What a wake up. Yes, I felt that too. I felt that too at the end of that day after the tapping session and the star event with the best-selling author connection. Really, I was like, wow. That's just crazy, not taking the opportunities that exist, that offer themselves on a plate to do something amazing for your life. And therefore, for the people who live with you, who have to deal with you, who have to interact with you. You're doing something for all of humanity when you're improving your mental health and your mental well-being, which in our world is just simply looking after your energy body and raising energy. Just to be sure on that. Yeah, okay. So, shall we make a little pledge? Let's make a pledge. Why don't we make a pledge in the heart position? Let us assume the heart position. Point to the place where we'd say, this is me. And like center of the hand on top and the other hand on top. Let's take a deep breath in and out. And I like having a sigh, if you want to call it that, but a real sort of like when you're getting in a bath or into a nice freshly made bed, that sort of thing. Yeah, I want to significantly improve my mental health, my mental well-being, my mental wellness, and my entire incarnation. I want to do that. I want to take more opportunities to do more for my wonderful physical body, for my beautiful mind, and for my amazing energy body. I have learned that my happiness matters. Mind, body, and spirit. No one left behind. All working together. All make us who we are. I am more than my physical body. I have a beautiful mind and an amazing energy body. I am a radiant, multi-dimensional being. Oh, and one of my absolute favorite techniques for raising energy is just giving a round of applause to the beautiful universe, to life itself, to the great creative order, to anything, anyone, and all the things you would like to applaud on this day. A standing ovation. This putting those PowerPoints together, clapping them together, is just such a wonderful energizer and such an easy energy raiser. We should applaud much more. And we should also find more things that we can applaud, which again helps redirect our attention from all the negatives, all the problems, all the misery onto the solutions, the uplifting things, the right way to do things, and to encourage those things we really want to have more of in our lives, in our societies, in the world. So yes to applauding wonderful things. That's this is one of my favorite quickest techniques. Just a round of applause to something that deserves my applause, which is absolutely great. Okay, guys. Yeah. So we're going to take more opportunities and do more modern energy work and figure out for ourselves exactly how we're going to do that. How we are going to make it so that there's going to be more of this. And I'm seriously not just thinking about meditations, helping others. Good grief, yes. Wow. The one thing that always blows me away is just when I just write a list of positives, how that raises my energy. If I make a work of art with a positive title or a positive intention, an art solution thing, even writing the word hope on a canvas and then coloring it in. There are so many ways in which we can do this thing of doing more in a happy, proactive, joyful way, because that's the only way you can work with energy. As soon as you start getting dour and miserable, it just dies on you and leaves the room, runs away. So you've got to be happy, you've got to be light, you've got to be playful, joyful, excited. And I am excited about this because I think this is going to take us to the next level of, well, finding out who we can be when we've got our mental health and our mental well-being in hand and actively doing stuff to make our future aspects happier. Okay, guys. So, yes, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you, Sparkling Being. Yay, Sparkling Being. Oh, thank you. Thank you, dear Lorna. Much appreciated. So, yeah, let's go forth. Let's go forth and be the shining beings that we really are. That we really are. That's the truth. It's not an affirmation. I'm a multidimensional being. It's not an affirmation. It's just simply the truth. And the truth shall set you free. Be as good to yourself as you can, everybody, every day. Absolutely. Yes, think of your future aspects and by all means ask them a question. This whole process started because somebody asked me for a demonstration. That was the trigger for the whole thing. And I sincerely thank this person. Thank you so much. Lots of love to you. I applaud you too. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, more applause and less booing, I think, is what's required in the world. All right, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you, and I do love you, and thank you for being here on the live stream. It'd be so boring without you. Guys, love, lots and lots of love to you. Have a fantastic week. um I've got another video planned. There was a sort of idea cascade following the tapping session. If you'd like me to do a session on a particular topic or a particular kind of thing, we got emo, supermind, star matrix, and tapping. If you'd like me to demonstrate a technique or address a problem, or please let me know. It's super inspiring. And oftentimes, as I say, this whole thing would not have happened if this one person on YouTube hadn't asked the question. So please, by all means, let me know if there's anything that we can do together that I can do for you. I'd absolutely love to be inspired by that. So, in that sense, I'm wishing you a very, very good week with lots of opportunities, lots of wonderful moments, and looking forward to seeing you here again for next Sunday Live with Sylvia. Bye for now. Bye for now. Lots and lots of love.